Good afternoon, guys. I'm WUSA Season 3, Episode 241. I am just leaving the airport. I just got home from Las Vegas, and what a trip it was. And I gotta tell you, I was beat the whole time. Every day I was tired. If you recall, back in the middle of last week, when I got backed off, I only had like half an hour of sleep, and then I had about 2 hours, and then about 4 hours sleep, or 5 hours. So I had like less than 10 good hours of sleep the 3 days before I left, and then I got a couple hours of sleep each night while in Vegas, except for last night where I got like 45 minutes. So I was definitely tired, slept on and off on the plane, probably dozed off and woke up about 50 times on the plane. And I do feel a little bit better now that I'm home. It is cold outside. It is 41 degrees. It is raining. It was windy, and the flight was very bumpy. And so they said a cold front is going through the area. So we are home, though, and there's a lot going on. I want to thank my friend Walter White for doing the interview with me. He's a great guy. Love his family. They have their stuff together. They really do. And although all of us have good points and bad points in our life and strengths and weaknesses, I feel like he and his wonderful wife work very hard to do the right thing for their family, and they have an amazing family and amazing everybody. So even their dog is nice. So thank you, Walter, and I'll be seeing you soon. Thank you to Coach for also meeting me in Vegas, and thank you to the other person that I met out there who is an Advantage player friend who had a nice turnaround while he was in Vegas. And if he wants me to mention his name, I will later. And then thank you to the listener that I met out in Vegas. Nice guy, and we talked for a long time about things, and I think he'll have a lot of fun doing this. So I think he's the right fit for this type of thing, and I think his eyes really opened up to a lot of new things while he was out there. So this week, of course, there was the Blackjack Apprenticeship boot camp as well. I don't think I noticed any of their players anywhere, and I did play at a really wide range of places, from Santa Fe, Orleans, Gold Coast, to Venetian, to Palazzo, Caesars, Paris. You know, I actually did play at all those places, and I didn't see anyone that I thought may have come out of a boot camp. No one that was obvious anyway. Although there was a lot of ups and downs, I did every blackjack session at least even or slightly better. I did not get a lot of heat. There were some questionings of rumblings, but nothing really happened. So I think my normal acting job was pretty good. And the one time that I pushed my spread to a 1 to 40 spread, I felt like I covered really well for that, and did not have any backlash for that. So anyway, I don't know where I am. I think I took a wrong turn, and now I'm off the highway. So now I need to get back on the highway. I am heading to, I know you're going to say, what the heck, MW? I am heading to a casino right now, and from that casino, I gotta have some free play. I want to run through that expires, I think, tonight, and then I will head home, change clothes, get my laptop, and I've got a live meeting to go to, and we'll do that tonight, and then we'll come home and rest, and then tomorrow we have work at my job, and I will be traveling tomorrow to some casinos. So right back where we left off, and we're going to continue to make money. This trip was okay. I don't know how much I made, somewhere between 4 and 5 probably. So, nothing major, but it's something. So all I can say is I'm trying to pick up the cash anywhere that I can. I ran into a million roadblocks, a million downturns, and a lot of bad variance, but still ended up leaving with some cash. So that's what's going on right now. I am heading to this casino, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I'm back. I forgot to record this segment here. So I went to that casino and played things through and found very little. I was there for about 35 minutes or so, and was able to leave ahead $70. I saw my former host that I used to have there, and said hi to him, talked to him for a second, and then took off. I drove home, I unpacked everything, and talked to the family, had some beef stew for dinner, and then, I guess I'll park up here, had some beef stew for dinner, and then left for my meeting. So right now, I'm just pulling into where my meeting is. I'm going to go in there and go through all this, and then head home and relax, have a good night's sleep, and then I'll be back with you in the morning. So that's what's up right now. I'll be back. Oh, good morning, guys. It is whatever today is, Thursday morning, and I got up a little bit late today, which really, can you blame me? That trip to Vegas was just a whirlwind, going from place to place, working my butt off, trying to make money, and everything was just so crazy, up and down, and it seems like I was just on a treadmill going nowhere, but I really did accomplish something there. I got back on track. I didn't have a losing blackjack session, although most of them were pretty much flat. I don't know how much I made yet, but I will add it up here in a little bit. It wasn't that much, but I did make money, and everything was good. I met some nice people, and everything was good. So if anything, it did something for my emotions, my ego, and boosting me back up a little bit, even if it was, I'm going to estimate $5,000 or something like that. So this morning I wake up, like I said, just a little bit late, and get myself ready, go outside, look out the window right before I go outside, and there's snow on the ground. And I'm like, this is not what I want to deal with. This is our first snow of the year, and it's really pretty early here. November 21st is really early for our first snow. Looks like temperature's exactly 32 degrees. Hey, why not? Exactly 32 degrees. Let's make it as dangerous as possible. So you just got to be careful. With it being exactly 32 and it's probably on the way up, that probably means that the roads are okay, because cars are going over the roads and warming it up, so I should be okay. And as soon as it hits 33 outside, there should be no problem, because I don't think it was below freezing for long, if at all, because when I went to sleep it was like 37 outside, and it wasn't that many hours, so I have a feeling the roads should be fine. This morning I do have, I suspect that I probably have maybe 500 emails to go through, and I do have a meeting. How come the app version of Outlook doesn't tell you how many? Oh, it's still downloading emails, but right now it looks like only 37. That would be amazing, but so I'll go through my emails, and looks like my director sent me some things I need to do. I'll try to get this stuff done while I'm driving. I do have one meeting this morning, and that's the only meeting I have, which is great. Tomorrow also nope, that's not the right day. yeah, tomorrow only one meeting as well, so that'll give me an opportunity to work from home, work from the car, and still be on target, and be able to play today. So today I do also have a meeting this evening, so although I'm leaving late, I will have to get home early again. So I'll probably get about 2.5 to 3 hours of blackjack in, I hope, just depending on things. And we're just going to try to make $1,500 or $2,000. Let's not stress too much. And then the same thing tomorrow, and then we'll finally be able to rest and get the bills paid and get, caught up on everything. So that's where we are right now. I'll work on getting you some numbers, and I'll be back to update you. Okay, guys, I am back. Still early in my trip, but I wanted to add things up as soon as I could. So I went through everything that I did in Vegas and added it by day, and then got a total for the trip. And day one in Vegas, I was ahead $2,350. Day two, I was ahead $1,266. I believe that was the day that I had all three of the big swings, way down, and then back to even. And then day three, I was ahead $2,779 for a total of plus $6,415. So not terrible. I thought it was a lot worse than that. I did have some bad slot sessions. I didn't hold back, and I went for it on big plays on slots, but they were all either neutral or slightly negative. So I guess looking at it in the big picture of things, I could have been down 10,000 or more on slots, and so that was okay. But overall, like I said, $6,415. And then when I got home, I had a check in the mail for $455 from Capital One, from points. And then, of course, I do contribute to BJ21, so I had that check when I got home as well. So about $7,000 plus if you combine all those. So not terrible at all. I grabbed my money this morning, and I don't know what I was thinking, because we've got this big wad of money. I haven't sorted the money from the trip. That's why I had no idea where I was, because it was just I just shoved it in a bag, and then shoved it in my pockets and stuff, but I had no idea where I was. So right now it seems like the roads are good. The temperature is staying steady at 32 degrees, but everything should be fine. I'm going to log into my work computer and start taking care of all that stuff and make myself seen, and we'll go from there. So on our way still to the first casino, and I'll be back to update you soon. Alright guys, I am back. I am just walking back to the car at the first stop of the day, and as soon as I walked in the door, I go straight to my first machine to check, and I look over and I see this advantage player / D-Gen. I need a name for him, because it's not fair that I keep calling him that. What should I call him? Let's call him, I want to think about it for a minute, but I'll think of a good name for him, because I see him a lot, and it's not fair for him to be unnamed. He's a human being, damn it. He needs to be given a real name. See, I have to do my timesheet for the week still. I'm looking at my computer, and my director asked me to do something. Let me check this out here. So I go in, I see him, and then there's one play right by the front door that I see, and he comes over and he goes, "Oh man, I just saw someone get up from there, and I was just checking this other machine before I came over here." I'm like, "Sorry, man." And it was a decent play. Oh wow, a lot of work to do on this. It was a decent play. So I sit down and play it through. It's like the lowest level on the machine, so you're not going to make a lot of money, but I ended up, how did I do on the initial play? I think I ended up losing like $150 on like $1 a spin. But there were other plays on the machine, and by the time I played them all, I was down like 350. And there was one more play. It was a borderline play, about $7 a spin, and I played that one through, and that one worked out pretty well. And I ended up getting my money back. Then I went and looked at everything else in the casino and found one more maybe play. Depending on the person, some people would consider it a play, other people wouldn't. So I thought, well, I'm going to leave that and look at the rest of the casino in case I find something better. Why wouldn't I just play the better play first? And I can always fall back on this one if I wanted to. And by the time I came back, the same guy was walking around, and I said, yeah, there's a play on that kind of, but I'm not really sure. And he goes, yeah, I know, I saw it. I was just coming back around to play it. So I let him play that one. So I really only played one slot machine and ended my session ahead, $61. And it's nice to be home. Even though this is hours away from my house, I consider this area my home, this whole area, from 5 hours one direction to 5 hours another direction to another 5 hours another direction to 3 hours another direction. So depending, 3 of the 4 directions, I can go 5 hours, and I consider that home. So that's a huge area as far as miles. But yeah, it's nice to be back. It's nice to be in places where I'm going to find more plays, because as much as I complain about there being advantage players in my area, it's nothing like Vegas, where it's just ridiculous the number of people there, and it's so hard to find a play, and you're constantly second guessing yourself about this play is a maybe and this one is a better maybe and stuff like that. So it's nice to be back. Right now, temperature is 64 degrees. The area that I'm in, there's no snow at all. Doesn't look like they ever got snow. And funny enough, I didn't even realize it when I pulled in here that there was no snow around. But when I left home, there was about half an inch, and here there is zip. So right now, I'm going to continue on to my next casino. I got a lot of housekeeping to do. Get my cards back in order. Get myself changed. I do change my look depending on some casinos as well, but that's not a big deal. Just as far as what logos I wear and stuff. If you go into a place that you've never been and you're worried about being out of place, because why would anyone from out of state be in this hole in the wall? One thing I suggest is a thrift store in the area, and then you can buy baseball caps and things like that with local team names, or t-shirts with local team names and stuff like that on there. And then if anyone asks you, you can say, yeah, I live in wherever, Mississippi, but my family's from here, so I've been a fan of the whatever, hedgehogs for my whole life. And then it's more believable that you have a shirt from there, your family's from there, but you can't answer any questions about the area because you've been gone for so long. So whatever, just throwing out ideas, little things that I've done in the past that I think will help you. Because the biggest thing that you want is to not have them be on guard as soon as you get there. When I was in Vegas and I went to like the small casinos, Gold Coast and Orleans and stuff like that, those places, they have a local crowds. Even at South Point has a local crowd. So what are you doing there if you're from California, New York, New Jersey, wherever? Well, so they'll ask me, hey, do you have a card? And I say, no, I don't live here, but a friend of mine does, and he wanted to show me this place, or something like that. I use stuff like that to get their guard down. That'll easily buy you an hour, and by the time they see the big bets out there and they want to look at you, you're already gone. So anyway, all right, we're moving on to another casino, and I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So continuing on my trip here, everything is going well. I wanted to go through a couple segments with you, things that obviously I was in Vegas, I was busy. I could barely even publish the stuff because I was either asleep or dying trying to sleep, or walking around somewhere that was super noisy, and so I wanted to catch up on a couple things with you. Let's start with some of the things that kids say. Here's one for you. Bae. Bae. What's a bae? B-A-E. A bae is like someone they like. That could be their girlfriend, someone they like, their crush, something like that. That's their bae. So, yeah, whatever. That's not that great, actually. Let's talk about phrases that your kids will not say or will not hear. How about, see how old you guys are. I'll give you a couple here. Beta or VHS? Think about that one. How long has it been since you heard that one? And I'll do one more here. What's your fax number? Actually, I'll do one more. It goes with beta or VHS. Be kind, rewind. Remember, you used to go to Blockbuster Video, and they have a sticker on there that said "Be kind, rewind." Yeah, so kids will never hear that stuff. But they'll say stuff like body count, which is not something that you want your kid to say. Body count is the number of people that that person has slept with. So that's a body count. So I like our phrases a little bit more than that. But all right, that's it for right now. Moving on. All right, guys, as I am leaving, I actually ran into our friend, the Gooch. And the Gooch was walking around with another guy. And we kind of were on friendly terms, I think, now. Originally, he just saw me as another guy. But I think now we're on friendly terms. He says hello to me and stuff. So all that is cool. I did play, one slot machine? Maybe two slot machines. Both of them small bet amounts. Both of them very short plays. And ended this session ahead $4. $4. So plus 4 on the slots. And then I did play some blackjack, which my last hand was a pair of 3s against a 4. I ended up splitting it to 4 hands and doubling one of them, and ended up winning all of them, even though I think one of them was a 20 and the rest were like 13s and 14s, and ended up winning that one. And the dealer, who's normally like really reserved, gives me a high five, and I'm like, yep. And we were at of course, we were at a running -9 with 2 decks to go. So I said, see you later, plus 600 on that. So plus 600 on the blackjack, plus 4 on the slots, and we're moving on. All right, guys, as we are getting closer to our next casino, I just want to point something out here that we often don't give credit to the people who have been doing this since we were babies and are still doing this and making money and not backed off of places. Don't feel compelled to be sucked into the hype of, if you're a good blackjack player, you get backed off every day. If you're a good slot player, you're going to get kicked out of a casino. If you're good at sports, you're not going to be able to play. There are a lot of superstars out there that are living below the radar because they know thresholds, they know when to leave, they know how long to stay, they know not to bother people and keep the peace and stuff like that. And they have lasted a long time. There are people who have been doing this for 30 years, 40 years, and they're still around. So don't forget about those people. And sometimes you'll see some old man in a casino sitting around, or at the racetrack sitting around. You think that he doesn't have anything, he has no clue. But then when you learn more about it, then you find out that he's been doing it since the 70s, and you had no clue how much knowledge this person had. So I'm getting close to the next casino. I expect to be able to play slots and maybe an okay game of blackjack. Probably not a good game of blackjack, though. So we'll see how things look, and hopefully an opportunity presents itself. So that's what's going on right now. I'll be back. So, interesting story. I go into this next place. I'm still here, and I go look at some slots first. Play those for a while. Played 2 different machines, and actually both of them ended up working out pretty well. But I ended that session. I had $145. The top bet on that was $3. So then I decided to go play some blackjack, and I find a table I want to play at, buy in for $500, win the first hand, and then lose the next 9. So obviously I was in for a little bit more than $500 by that point. So I bought in for a total of $1,500, and I was grinding around $700 for about half an hour or so. And all of a sudden, a dealer comes, and it was unexpected because she taps my dealer out and says, "I need to see you in the office." And he's like, "Hmm?" He had no idea why, so that was kind of concerning. And then, this is actually really interesting the way it went down. So after that, we're playing, and I want to mention the first shoe. When I got to the table, the dealer got 7 blackjacks in one shoe. And I got 1 the whole time I was at the table. So only 1 blackjack the whole time in about an hour. So anyway, by the time he comes back, I'm still about in the same position, but things are starting to get better. It's turning around. It's positive for the first time in a long time. I start raising the 200, 300, start doing okay. And I said to the guy, I said, "What's going on?" He goes, "Oh, they're going to come give you the tap in a second." I said, "What?" He goes, "Oh, I'm just kidding." And I'm like, how would he even know that I would even know what that would mean? So a little bit concerning, but 2 of the 3 people in the pit were people that I know. So if that was true, then they would have definitely told me. They would have warned me and said, "Don't come back," or something like that. So I'm not too concerned about it. But it's interesting that he said that, because kind of like, how would anybody know what that even means? And I acted like I didn't understand, but it kind of surprised me for a minute that he would use that phrasing, unless that's really what was happening and I would understand what that would mean. And that's the only thing I could think of. Why would he even say it in that way, unless it was something that I would understand what it meant? So that was kind of weird. So then they have a restaurant in here, and you can get pizza pretty quick. So I just ran over there and got a slice of pizza. I'm getting out of here. So right now, trying to figure out the best way to handle things timing wise. I'm doing pretty well still. So might be one more stop in this local area. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So I go into this next place, and I'm trying to keep my teams alive for work. I've done nothing. I'll do it all tonight. I don't care. I looked over my email, and it's all stuff that's manageable tonight. Nothing that's important for today. I'll get everything done tonight, and then everything will be fine. So keeping my teams alive while I'm playing. So I go into this next place, play a couple plays, and I'm down, I don't know, like $60, $80 somewhere in there. Find another play that one. I'm down like $300. I come back and I end up ahead, and then I see a couple friends I hadn't seen in about a month or so. Talk to them for a while, and so they got 2 different people I need to get names for, so I'll work on that. But I did not write down how much money I won, so that's not good. But here is the money right here. I won for $108 because I had bought in for a total of $300. So let me put it in here, and that was 108. So I got to be careful, because sometimes I'll talk to you about it and then I won't put it in my notes. I just got to remember to do both. So plus 108 there, and I got some food. And let me just say this, whoever it was on YouTube who says MW always finds the chicken nuggets somewhere, It's true. I did buy a steak with a side of chicken strips, but I did that so that I would have food for later in case I wanted it. And you can depend on chicken that's been breaded a little bit like that in case you have a stomach ache or something like that. Anyway, but I did buy some chicken strips. Go ahead, say whatever you want to say. But they were okay. I didn't finish them all, actually, because I'm just trying to eat healthier and only eating that stuff if I have to. But that was one of the healthier things on the menu. Lots of times people's salads are like all brown and stuff. The lettuce has been sitting around for a long time, so I don't get that. But we could talk about our segments. What did you eat today, MW? This afternoon, I actually had a deep dish piece of pepperoni pizza, just like one deep dish chunk of pepperoni pizza. It was really good. I mean, I eat good food all the time, and I feel like it's hard for me to really rate it because I only eat the stuff that I like. So I have certain brands that I like, and I eat them over and over again. And then the ones that I don't like, I'm not sure about, I stay away from. So I would probably give it, actually, it wasn't as good as normal today. I'd give it a 9. And then those chicken strips, they just gave me so much. It was like way too much. And they seemed like the oil was maybe a little bit older, made it a little bit too done with the oil. So I would probably give those chicken strips an 8, probably, on a scale of 2 through 8. So, and now let's see, what did you tip today, FW? Now we're getting to the point here. That's what you really wanted to know. Today I actually had some very nice dealers. Both of the dealers that I played, whose table I played at today, were very nice people. We had good conversations and stuff. So I tipped them $0, and they were still very happy and said, hello, and talked about the family and all that kind of stuff, and asked me how I was doing. I told them I was struggling and just trying to make some money back, and they were totally on my side. They were high-fiving me. They were telling me, hey, take care of yourself. I hope to see you soon. Don't give it back on the way out and stuff like that. So tip of $0. So yeah, that's about it right now. Been just watching some YouTube stuff about the appointments that are going to be put in by Trump and what everyone else is saying about it. And I knew Matt Gaetz wasn't going to get in, and there were too many Republicans pushing back on Matt Gaetz. And then I see a video this morning that for sure he's going to get in, and so I put like $30 on him to get in, and what do you know, an hour later he withdraws. So I'm like, damn. I knew it all along. I actually made a little bit of money on him not getting in, and then I changed my mind, and then I lose that $30. I do have a different bet on one that I think is going to get in, but we'll see about that. But overall, man, it's nice to be back in my own turf, and although my area is really huge, it's a big part of the country. It would be like a quarter of the country is what I consider local to me. I know these places so well. I know, walk this way, turn left, walk this way, turn right. And I know where all the machines are. And anytime I have extra time, I search those places for new machines. I have locals. I ask them if there's anything new that came in and stuff like that. And lots of times I'll have extra free food and stuff, and I'll buy it for them and keep them happy and keep the information flowing. So this morning I did actually buy an option as well, and it did very well this morning. We'll see how it does long term, but I just did it till I think December 27th. I'm not sure. Ooh, that would be triple witching Friday, wouldn't it? Because it would be, see, I haven't bought options for a while, but so it would be an expiration for the month, the quarter, and the year. Yeah, it is December 27th. I hadn't thought about that. Probably sell it before the holidays. just so that, because it gets pretty volatile toward the end sometimes. But I'll probably buy more at a longer duration. And I'm not real big on calls, but this was a call. So if you don't know a lot about options, you should learn a little bit. Just be careful with your money. So anyway, that's what's going on right now, and it's starting to snow now. So the snow is getting to this area, and I will be back to update you. All right, guys, as I am approaching where my meeting is going to be tonight, it is snowing. It's getting dark outside. It's actually dark outside. I just stopped at the dollar store, also known as the $1.25 store now, and picked up some things that I need. Some mints, always good when you're going to be near people. Gum, sunflower seeds. I bought a little case for $1. It's made for like strawberries and stuff, but it's made out of plastic, and it looks like it would work really well for players cards, because I have a couple hundred players cards, so I can put them in there, put them in order. I do have a wooden box at home that I need to find, that I used to use for business cards, and eventually I'll use that one. That'll be a little bit more compact and better. But yeah, today, okay day. It's good to be back. I don't know what I made. What did I make? $1,000 or something like that. So that's okay. And tomorrow will be better. Tomorrow we'll have more time. I'll be able to leave earlier, and I'll be able to play longer. Hopefully get at least 1 or 2 more blackjack sessions tomorrow. So that's what's going on right now. I guess that's it. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com. mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.